News 46 is brought to you by Dr. George Leeks, Pahrumps optometrist since 1990, offering full spectrum eye care for children and adults. Call today, 727-8300. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson. News 46 is also brought to you by Humana, serving the community. Please stop in at 1397 South Loop Road on the corner of Loop and Highway 160.
Tonight on News 46, the CEO of Valley Electric Association retires and a clean energy summit is open to the public. News 46 starts now.
You're watching Kpvm News 46 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
The VEA CEO retires effective immediately. It's Monday, May 7th. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. The Board of Directors of Valley Electric Association has received a letter from Tom Husted, who is the CEO, announcing that he is retiring to pursue other interests. Husted's retirement is effective immediately. The VEA board has appointed Angela Evans as interim chief executive officer. Evans had previously served as acting chief operating officer of Valley Electric Association. She joined the cooperative in 2017 as executive of VP operations. Well, over the weekend, the highway was closed down after a rollover accident.
Friday evening around 11:30 p.m. we were dispatched for a report of a one-vehicle accident. The accident was stated to be on Highway 160 around Nye County mile marker number 1. Crews arrived to find a vehicle rolled over and the occupant was ejected. The patient met flight criteria. We landed Mercy Air 24 at the scene. Patient care was transferred to Mercy Air and the patient subsequently flown to trauma.
The road had to be shut down for a short time?
The road was shut down for a short time as part of the investigation and also for the patient transferred to the air medical care.
Only one occupant?
Only one occupant. And
then ejection sometimes means that they weren't restrained in a seatbelt, right?
It could be an indicator that they were not properly restrained, but that is part of the investigation with NHP and the Sheriff's Office.
And a second rollover occurred in the same area just a day later.
Around 6:30 Sunday morning, we were dispatched for another rollover accident on Highway 160. Again, as a coincidence, it was at mile marker number 1, which was the same area as the accident that occurred late Friday evening. One vehicle rollover. We arrived on location, found the patient self-extricated. They did sustain injuries and were transported from the scene to the local hospital.
All right, and so non-life-threatening?
Non-life-threatening. It didn't require flight at that point.
One occupant?
One occupant.
And 2 kids luckily escaped serious injury following an auto versus pedestrian collision at the high school. The driver has been arrested. Levi Cadwell has been arrested for neglect of duty or willful or wanton disregard of safety or persons or property, which is a gross misdemeanor. The Nye County Sheriff's Office reports that they were dispatched to Pahrump Valley High School at 501 East Calvada in regards to an auto versus pedestrian accident. Upon arrival, they made contact with the driver, identified as Levi Cadwell, inside a gray Dodge pickup truck. They say that the pickup truck was blocking both lanes of the drive, and witnesses said that the driver was accelerating by turning right out of the parking lot, that he also ran a stop line and appeared to be showing off or drifting around a corner. Witnesses tell deputies that Cadwell lost control of his vehicle when he was drifting, striking 2 juvenile victims. Both of the victims were transported to Desert View Hospital by Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue with non-life-threatening injuries. Cadwell was taken into custody and transported to the Nye County Sheriff's Office Detention Center. And a man is arrested for allegedly stealing a bracelet off his unconscious girlfriend's wrist. Alberto Aguilar Mendoza has been arrested for coercion and possession of stolen property exceeding $250. Deputies were dispatched to Vondell Street in reference to a possible residential burglary. After speaking with the homeowner, they learned that the daughter had been in the hospital in a coma and that she had a bracelet on her wrist that had been stolen. They said that they believed that the boyfriend had actually stolen the bracelet while she was unconscious in Desert View Hospital. Deputies said that Mendoza told the family that he would give the bracelet back after his girlfriend of 6 years had died and he got some of her ashes. Later in the day, deputies conducted a traffic stop on a vehicle traveling on Highway Street and came into contact with Mendoza. They said that Mendoza was actually wearing the gold bracelet on his wrist and recognized it from a picture that was supplied to them by the family. Mendoza denied trying to make an agreement for his girlfriend's ashes to return the stolen bracelet. He said that the family told him that he could have the bracelet. Mendoza, in fact, did admit to police, according to the report, that he removed the bracelet from his girlfriend who was in a coma. Mendoza was taken into custody and booked into the Nye County Sheriff's Office Detention Center. And an outbuilding caught fire yesterday afternoon.
Yesterday afternoon, around just after 3 p.m., we were dispatched for an unknown type fire with a large column of smoke developing. As crews arrived on location, they found that it wasn't undetermined, it was actually a structure fire at the rear of the property. The structure being an accessory outbuilding or a shed with several small attachments to it. The fire was in very close proximity to the primary dwelling. The fire was controlled with no further extension. 2 large tortoises were protected during the suppression effort.
All right. And it was reported by the homeowner?
It actually was reported by neighbors. None of the homeowner or the occupants of the structure were at home at the time. Neighbors called it in once they saw the smoke developing.
A complete loss on that shed?
Yeah, the shed was mostly, there was still some structural members, obviously, but it was 200 square feet approximately, so quick burning.
News across Nevada and Business First Brief right after this break.